Actually, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or the DICT, implements the DigitalJobsPH, and this was previously called Rural Impact Sourcing Technical Training when it was started sometime in 2017. And it was designed to create meaningful ICT-enabled jobs in socioeconomically disadvantaged areas in the country through upskilling. So basically, it aims to provide ICT-enabled jobs as a high-value economic activity in rural communities that are not yet ready to host yung mga IT-BPM operations. So we feel that individuals can be equipped and they can still be productively engaged, whether they are at notwithstanding if they're not employed in any IT-BPM organization, because they can even actually do that at the confines of their own home. When we started small, no? So syempre aligned yan sa mga budget, but major stakeholders having they appreciated the merits, the value of the program, and even the quality of the graduates that had been produced. So we got stakeholders who even infuse in some more budget so that we can expand some more and get to benefit more learners or scholars, so to speak, to be equipped to become, as we call it now, the online Filipino workers, or the OFW version 2. Before, we call them as overseas Filipino workers, but in our circle, we already taught them as online Filipino workers. In fact, we do have a lot of returning OFWs who were invited to take part in the program, and they find it that they were properly equipped, and in a way they said that having been transformed into an online Filipino worker is actually equally at par with the income that they had been generating when they were away from their family, away from home, to earn a living. And in fact, we also do special batches for OFWs. For the DigitalJobsPH actually is a program that is also done in tandem with partners who are freelancers. There's an umbrella organization, the POPSCO. Since they are practitioners, so they help the ICT develop the curriculum, the courses, and mutually we had been able to identify viable, high value courses that will really equip the scholars to really become confidently become job ready, for digital jobs. And some of these are, let me see, the digital marketing or e-commerce, web development, social media marketing and advertising. So search engine optimization, marketing and advertising, content writing. Content writing is actually something that we do promote for those who have the knack for writing. So even PWDs, people with disabilities, are so welcome in this. And we have a champion for this particular course, where a PWD who can really write and has been our, so to speak, our champion, our model, that PWDs can also be productively engaged. It's not a matter of incapability, but capability to be able to do the job online. Then we also have graphic design, another thing that even the PWD sector can take advantage of. Virtual assistants, which is more or less the entry point for those who would like to venture digital jobs. This is something that is quite light and easy as compared to the ones that I have mentioned earlier, which will require some more in-depth technical skills and knowledge. And of course, we also have one specially designed for teachers, yung English as a secondary language, for teachers who would like to double up as online English tutors. So these are just some of the courses that have been developed. And then we also have a comprehensive technical training that would more or less have a little of everything of the courses that I have mentioned. We wanted people to realize that earning is not just confined to the highly urbanized areas. If they don't have to go to Manila, to Cebu, and other highly urbanized areas, they can actually stay and contribute to the economic activity in their own community. And this can even, kumbaga, declag people going to the urban areas, no? Yung sinasabi nga nating program rin ng gobyerno ngayon, yung Balik Probinsya. So this is one of the possible alternatives that they can look into na in going back to their own provinces, especially in these times of pandemic, that the future is bright, that there are options that they can look up to, and they don't have to worry as long as they have the passion, the commitment to learn and implement it. Well, aside the courses that I mentioned earlier to you are the package ones that we have with our partner, no, yung umbrella organization of freelancers. We do also conduct mga coding bootcamp, which specifically aims to develop mga programmers, no. So, kumbaga, this is a highly specialized and technical capability program that the ICT is supporting, with the hope that we will also produce programmers, no. Yun, this is where the partnership of Zuitt has come into play, because we need more highly technical partner who can do the job also for us and with us. Yun. Well, for one, you have the capability. For once, ito yung sinasabi namin na you are an established authority in the subject matter. You're not a fly-by-night organization. You have a proven track record. So you have the resources, the facilities, and more importantly, the competency. So an authoritative training service provider that can meet and be responsive to the needs of the DICT in having to produce competent, quality graduates on programming. And aside from that, we appreciated the fact that when we partnered, the scope of work is a complete package, so much so that even in the selection process, Zuitt would already come into the picture, no? Hindi lang doon mismo sa training administration and delivery, but even in the selection process of the participants. And then the competently administered training as it went on. At saka nandoon rin yon yung tech support for matching the participants for possible career development and the employers. So kumbaga, it's a complete package, which exactly is what we're doing also with DigitalJobsPH. No, we don't only equip them with the technical skills, but we ensure that they really become job ready, and even during graduation and right after graduation, it's either they have generated sales out of their online tasks or transactions and are able also to ink a contract with an online employer. So in the same manner, ganin rin yung nakita namin sa Zuitt. Yung if I may reiterate, it's a complete package, no? Kumbaga from beginning to graduation, nandoon yon, and it cannot be denied that the fact that you're an authority on the subject. Programming is not an easy task, no? And in fact, kahit nga doon sa mga quality ng graduates of the recently concluded training that we had, it was so impressive. We had good quality graduates. So ibig sabihin, sa selection process pa lang talagang it has been done comprehensively, so much so that we get good learners or scholars. And true enough, in the graduation, you can see from their impression, from their sharings, how they have evolved, no? Let's say from a budding programmer or starting practitioner to somebody that can confidently say that they're ready for the programming industry. Siguro let's look at it that the ones that we have with Digital Jobs PH is something na merong beginners level, merong medyo kumbaga quite technical. But itong programming is so technical, no? Kasi nga dapat you have the discipline, you have the commitment to become a programmer, being able to conceptualize pa lang yung mga program logic formulation to become a good programmers. That's something else already. And ibig sabihin, this is something that is not done in a wide scale, primarily because it requires effort, it requires time, it requires commitment, and the selection process, we don't want to take it for granted. We have to ensure that we have garnered the desired number of learners who are really fit for the training per se. And we're happy that with the partnership, we've been able to do that. A great lot, a great lot. Kasi aside from those digital jobs PH technical training, we also have the digital education and digital workforce capability training program. There are programming courses there, but these are short introductory courses. Like, for example, we have a course there on Python programming. It will just run for a week. So, parang mga teasers pa lang, no? Pero yung dito sa coding bootcamp natin is really comprehensive. So much so, when you graduate, ito na yun. I'm ready. I'm ready. I can become a real true blue programmer. Right, right. So talagang job ready for a high value, no? Online ICT enabled or ICT based job. So kumbaga, we will be proud to endorse them. At the graduates per se, I would like to believe that they would have that great level of confidence to also package themselves and introduce, market their portfolio, that they can be part of any organization for the systems development or the programming component of any organization. You were able to deliver is an understatement because you really have been greatly been able to deliver, no? Kasi yung nga, uulitin ko ulit, it's a complete package, and with this partnership we don't have to worry because we know that our trainees are in good hands and our resources are invested judiciously, that will really produce the desired output. Yeah, this is a continuing thing. This is just the beginning, and given the output that we have, so we are convinced that while at the onset, it seems that when we at the onset, if anybody will read the coverage of the training, it seems to be so highly technical, but it has been proven that with the methodology, the mentoring, the support provided, it can be done, and it has been done with a good quality result. I'd like to encourage that your DICT would always be here we do have a lot of programs and projects, but we do realize na we cannot do this in isolation, and that is one reason why we're actually partnering with able training providers. We can have digital infrastructure, can have other programs, pero at the end of it all, sinasabi natin human resource is the most important resource. Kaya we also give major focus on capability development program. And my message or takeaway for everybody budding or those who would like to equip themselves on ICT enabled skills, always go after for self-development. Pandemic is not a hindrance. Let this pandemic situation not be restrictive. In fact, with this pandemic, all the more that the need for ICT-based skill has been made pronounced, because we can do things as usual with the aid of technology, and we can still be as productive citizens of the society. So do not let opportunities slip away, and follow your dreams. Dream big, but most importantly, implement your dream. No, yung libre mangarap, pero do something about your pangarap, and that is also what the ICT has been doing. No, we're providing hope for the realization of everyone's pangarap to be productively engaged as a digital Filipino worker. No matter how big or small your pangarap is, go for it. And the ICT would always be here. And it is through digital trainings that your DICT enhances and builds support on the crucial role of ICT and in improving learning engagement and performance. So, yun. Always go for self-development, follow your dream, and act on your dream. Thank you for this opportunity, no? And I also would like to thank Zuitt for partnering with us when we approach you. You'd readily had an open arms to partner with the ICT. Given our limited resources, though, it has not been a hindrance. We pushed through with the partnership, and we have been able to effectively head our first batch of graduation. So rest assured that we will not stop with that first batch. It's going to be a continuing thing. So we'll get back to you, and we also encourage those who would also like to venture into this kind of training to constantly keep in touch with the ICT. Thank you very much.